I'm James Z.
And I'm Emily G.
And today we're joined by the Lindenwood women's soccer coach, Dave Musso.
And sophomore forward, Anna Johnson.
There we go. We threw it back and forth to start the show. And before we get into it, we'd like to give a big shout out to Jacob Hoare with Lindenwood Athletics for setting this all up for us, and for Dave and Anna for finding time on your evenings and busy schedules for joining us here this evening. So how you guys doing?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Postseason time.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Year.
Yeah.
special time.
Oh, it's great.
It's a good best time.
Weather's changing, a little cooler, hoodie weather. It's awesome.
All right, to start off the show, we always have our guests introduce themselves. We've already had Coach on the show before, so we'll start with you, Anna. Can you tell your listeners about yourself and how you got into soccer?
Well, my name is Anna Johnson. So I'm a sophomore, so this is my second year. Great 2 years. I've loved it here, so I'm really glad that I ended up here. I started playing when I was 3, so basically my whole life has been soccer. I did play basketball for a majority of my life too, up until college.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was hard to let go, but I love soccer, so definitely an easy choice. But it was hard to give up something like that you spend so much time. But I played club soccer for Galaxy starting in freshman year. It's just around the area of Chicago, which is where I'm from.
Yep.
So I played club from there throughout my whole high school career, and before that, I played on a boys team. At Kicker Soccer Club. So definitely something you don't hear that often, but it was good. It was good. It was fun.
Well, my first few years of soccer, they had the mix because you were also young. It just doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah.
You're just chasing the ball up and down the field.
Basically.
So you said you played basketball. Did you play at the high school level at all?
Yeah, I played JV my freshman year, and I got to sit the bench of varsity. So probably one of my greatest athletic experiences ever.
Multi-sport
yeah.
athlete.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
It was really fun. So, but
All
yeah.
right. So, Coach, we had you on the show before, but could you give everyone at home a little bit of a refresher about who you are and why you're here this evening?
Yeah, so this, I think, is my 7th year here. I actually started my coaching career here in 04 and 05 as a graduate assistant. 04, our men's team, we won the national championship, NAIA. And then in 05, they shifted me over to the women's side. That's how I got into the women's game. Then I was at Quincy for 12 years, and then my last 5 years I was at Quincy. I knew that this was the spot. If this ever opened up, it's a growing university, thriving university. I'm from St. Louis originally, so to coach in my profession at home, it's a dream come true. And speaking of growing, going NCAA Division I, it's a great example of where this school is going, and our program's a great example of, it does take a little time, but in time, you get the right people here and you get the right resources, you can go win this thing. And that was the first thing I learned after year 1 in 2022. I said, this conference is winnable. It's a good conference geographically, competitive-wise, but we can win this once we start getting in the right players. And we have a team of 25 players. 19 of those 25 are freshmen and sophomores. So, this is only the beginning, so it should be pretty good.
Yeah.
So it is a special time here at Lindenwood right now. The volleyball team on an absolute tear. Soccer team.
Unreal.
We're in the postseason here.
Yeah.
Men's side's figuring out this year. Football team was on ESPN last night on the post-game
They
show.
were, yeah.
So
It's awesome.
That's great.
it's just really cool that this early in the Division I process that all the sports have figured out all the recruiting, got the right people
Yes.
involved, and we're starting to see the results. And you can feel it across campus. A lot of success happening.
You really can. It's just busier, it feels like, but a good busier. And it's just really fun to be a part
And it's
of.
motivating too. Volleyball's they've been a little one step ahead of us. I think last year, in the last 2 years, have done really well in the tournament. Now they have older group, so they have some experience, and they're just running the table, and it's cool to see. It's very inspiring. Will does a great job with that group, and we'll see what happens. But I have a feeling they're going to do great things soon.
Yeah. The environment here, I think, has taken a turn. It's been awesome this year.
Yes.
Compared to last year, it's so much fun going to events this year. It's awesome.
It is. And Anna, you set scoring records back in high school and found a lot of success as a team there, almost like here.
Yeah.
Before coming to Lindenwood, what was it like going from high school to playing Division I here?
It was definitely a big jump. People all throughout your career leading up to college will say, prepare yourself because it's nothing like what you've been playing before. And that has never been more true until I experienced it myself. just the physicality and the speed and just the skill of players is so much more well-rounded, I think, in the college level. Like in high school, we'd play some teams, we'd beat them. Dave came to one of my games
Yeah.
before I came here, and we won 13-0. Like,
Nice.
I don't think the other team crossed half. So
That's
Really,
great.
I don't know who you were playing, but it was in the Chicago City, and he just smoked these.
Yeah.
She had 4 goals at halftime.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, so it was definitely a big jump, and it was tough. Just last year was a tough year, just as everyone knows. So it was kind of hard to go from having so much success. Mentally, it was kind of hard to just get over that, and also I didn't score as much as I would have hoped last year as well. So it just kind of definitely to physically and mentally work through that. It was kind of hard, but it was great to have a staff and a team that could help me through that. And like the returns that we have this year, I think I'm so glad to have them this year again because they have been able to motivate us, motivate me personally so much. And any drawback that I have, I've been able to overcome. So it's been great.
One of the great things about Anna as well, she also can play defense. So this year, at the beginning of the year, we had a couple injuries with our backs, and she started. It might have been 3 games in our backfield.
Yeah, yeah.
Our backs finally got healthy, and we were allowed to move her back up. So it all worked out. Fantastic attacking player for us, and just the beginning for her as well. Her college career is just going to keep taking off.
I don't know how many other sports that, especially like athletes on this campus, you'll see be able to rotate through positions that seamlessly.
Yeah.
So be proud of that. That is awesome.
Thank you.
She can. She does it very well.
So
Yeah.
we said that like you had the high school game. You know, I watched some high school soccer back then, and you watched now. Much more possession-based game, changed a lot. And in your first year, whenever you came here, team had an off year, 3 wins. How did you feel about your performance last year? And at that time, did you have any doubts about coming to the Division 1 level?
I think it was definitely, again, like I said, mentally it was pretty tough. But I think last year, once you kind of recognized that we just weren't at that level yet, like we just didn't have the personnel, we didn't have that team click that we do. I think this year,
The roster.
yeah, we just didn't have the personnel that we needed last year. But I think that the biggest part of that was just being able to put our head down and keep working. Personally, I just felt I knew that year was going to be tough, so I just needed to put my best effort out and each time just play my best ability every minute that I was on the field because at the end of the day, you only get 4 years of eligibility. So I need to make the most of the time that I do get on and off the field. Yeah. So I think that was pretty important of a mindset to have for last year.
She was a major piece of our off season. We had a leadership group, and she represented the freshmen last year, and we called it culture renovation. And it all started in January, just being very intentional about every single thing that we do. And our staff tried to provide a platform for these ladies to lead within that platform, and Anna's part of that leadership group, and they did a great job. And then it carried over to this fall with 10 new freshmen, and I believe it's growing every single week. Even last Sunday, we took a big growth step there. It stung, it hurt, but I think we will be better this year because of it.
Well, we are most certainly happy that you stayed with
yeah.
us and stuck through it.
Me too.
Without you, I don't know if we're going to be at this point this season. It's been awesome to watch.
Yeah. This year it's just been so fun. So I am also glad I'm still here. Never a doubt in my mind, though. I think the people that I've met here really tethered me to here because Lindenwood, it's special. Like, I love being here. So,
yeah. And being here, what has been your favorite part of being a Lindenwood Lion?
Academically, I really like the resources that we have here, and I personally didn't think of this much in my recruitment, but class sizes for me was so important once I got here. I love my teachers knowing my name. I could not imagine being in a 500-person lecture hall. That'd be terrible. But besides that, probably my teammates. I'm so thankful for every one of them. This year, especially, I think we have such a special group. There's 25 of us, and I personally can genuinely say that I'm best friends with all 25 of them. It's such an awesome feeling to just have such a special group that you spend so much time with. So that's probably my most favorite part about being here.
Well, we're past the introductions. So once again, thank you guys for coming on the show today. And we're just going to do a quick recap on the season, where we're at, and we'll start asking some questions about the postseason and moving forward. So this season, the team finished 8-5-4 on the season, 4-1-4 in conference, which was good enough for the 3 seed in the conference. to give you guys home field advantage and a bye as you start the playoffs on Sunday at 5 p.m. The last time the Lions made the conference tournament was back in their first Division I season, where they did so as the 5 seed and made it all the way to the semifinals. So, Coach, how do you feel about the season as a whole, at least the regular season, and how ready do you think this team is for this tournament?
Yeah, well, let's start with our non-conference schedule. We ended up 500 against some very good teams. So we had the highest RPI in the whole conference, so that's huge. And then we started conference, and we went, 8 games unbeaten, or was it whatever, until the last game. So it says a lot for these players, being so young, handling adversity, but just the buy-in. So we had a great season, and I know that our regular season we finished tied for second with points. We were 1 win away from winning the regular season championship. Didn't happen. So last Sunday was our last game of the year. It was against Tennessee Tech. Winner of that won the title for the regular season and the ability to host semis. We ended up losing. A lot of things happened last Sunday, but I think the main thing is I don't believe Tennessee Tech truly beat our team. We were a bit anxious, we were a bit nervous, and I had never seen that from our team before. So that happens, I guess, with a young team. I didn't see any of those signs the week before, the day before, but I think we were a little nervous, and I truly believe that's all part of this process, and having that feeling just of losing a championship just taken from you, and it hurts in your guts, and hearing the "We Are the Champions" song on their field, it was brutal.
It was brutal. He's not lying.
And then we had a 7-hour car ride home, or bus ride home. It was terrible. Where if we won that, it was probably the best bus ride ever. But the main goal is to win the conference tournament, and I think because of that experience Sunday, it has really prepared us. Because if we win that game, great. We win the regular season. We're hosting. And then now it's the semifinals. What if we get really nervous and we just season over?
But now you know what it's been like.
Yeah,
Through it. It's an experience.
Yeah, together as a group. And we learned, and we pick each other up this week and find a way to win on Sunday and have those vibes and get back to the Final Four weekend. So it's been a great year. So now it's a new season. All the records are out the window. It's about surviving each game and advancing.
And you see that a lot with young teams in every sport. You know, when they finally make it to the big game, it's how are they going to perform.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, this weekend I was in Kansas for bowling, for Lindenwood Bowling, and we have a lot of freshmen on the JV2 team that I was on. And you can just tell, like, mindsets were different. The way they went about things was different. Made mistakes you normally wouldn't make because you're scared instead of going out there trying to do the best you can. You're just scared of failure at that point when you're that young.
Yeah.
So you get it out of the way early, you learn from it, and you can move on into the postseason.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, definitely. And Anna, how would you evaluate your play this year, and what has been your favorite moment so far?
I was thinking of this the other day, actually. As the season was winding down, I was, like, reflecting back, just kind of how thankful I am for this season. And I probably have two. First, I think our first game of the season was awesome. The feeling of kicking off a season in that way was amazing. And Belmont's a really good team that we played right off the bat in Nashville, so that was awesome. And then I had to watch our Austin P game from the sideline, but I have never been more proud to be a part of a team. We came back 2-0 down and won 3-2 with down a player because one of our players unfortunately got a red card, so we were down to 10 men, and we ended up winning 3-2. It was one of the most awesome experiences I've ever been a part of in my entire life. It was so awesome.
Magical.
Yeah, it was awesome. But, yeah, this whole season, I think I'm proud of the way that we've played as a team and how I've been able to adjust from different situations, just tactically and then mentally, too. It's kind of tough. Just also with so many new players this year, like getting used to different formations, get different people, the chemistry, but I'm proud of how we've been able to handle all of that and come together with, again, a pretty successful season. We're proud of what we've done this year so far, and we're looking forward to the rest of what's coming up. So, yeah.
And it's been really fun to watch. But down the final stretch here, final 5 games of the year, we go 1-1-3 against some teams that were playing really tough soccer against us. And in those games, we outshot our opponents 79-56, but weren't able to net the ball a lot. It was just kind of a struggle on the scoring front. So how do you guys as a team just keep going, even though things haven't been working out on the scoring side of things, but you know you're doing the right things, you're keeping the pressure on. So how do you guys keep motivated and fix the scoring?
Well, the first thing you look at is, are you creating chances? And the answer is yes.
Yes, we
now,
are.
last Sunday, no. The answer was no. But we'll fix that if we ever see them again. But the other games, Little Rock, we had 25 shots, and Moorhead, we had plenty of opportunities. Sometimes it's the goalie made a great save. Sometimes it's us just finding that focus. But trying not to overthink it, just build our confidence up, and just try to be the best version of ourselves and creating those same chances. And I think when they do start falling, our confidence will then it'll be like a snowball.
Oh, yeah. And as a forward, you've been peppering the net with shots this season, as you have the second most shots on the team this year. And you're second on the team in scoring. How does that in your mind make you feel when you step onto the field and know what you're about to go accomplish?
You've had all the success this year.
Yeah.
What is it like stepping on the field knowing you are a difference maker for this team?
It definitely adds confidence to the way that I can play, I think. The team that we have this year, I'm getting opportunities. I'm getting to showcase kind of what I can do. And a lot of times I play with Mackenzie Compton, who's a great teammate to play against. I know she'll create chances. I'll create chances for her. So I think it's really nice being able to share pressure with the entire team. I don't feel like it's all on me. I feel like as a team, we're able to create everything. And in that way, I think I'm able to play with more confidence and just less stress overall and kind of enjoy the game that I do love playing. So that's kind of nice.
You guys have been a great 1-2 punch this entire season.
Yeah.
And also defensively, the team has been very impressive this year,
Yes.
at least from the goal prevention standpoint. Stout defense, great goaltending from Caroline Ritter. Last year, you look at the OVC standings, we're at the bottom as far as goals allowed. And this year, we're right there at the top with some of the best teams in the conference as far as that goes. What changes have we made? I know we have a lot of new roster, but has there been any strategy changes or anything you've done to help shore up this defense this year?
Well, I think it does start with the roster and finding the right system then to fit these players. We have 3 awesome center backs. Eglo's been here. This is her 3rd year here. She's a transfer from Missouri State. I honestly think she's the best defender in the league. Hopefully she gets that award. We'll see.
Hopefully.
And then we have 2 fantastic sophomores, Allison Schrumpf and Jess Dodd, who has stepped in really well. And those 3 have been fantastic. But not only that, we play a system. It's a 3-5-2, but it's a 3-4-1-2. So those wing backs, Lily Sutter and Ava Blum, really do a good job of connecting with the back 3 and helping out at times. But I think it's a combination of our roster. Even a lot of the current players just finding roles that fit them better than maybe that we had last year, but then also adding new pieces, freshmen and transfers. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, get ready to look ahead to this weekend.
all right,
So,
let's do it.
yeah. Your team has a bye through this first round of OVC tournament, where you guys will play the winner of Eastern versus SEMO game. Both games against those teams resulted in 0-0 ties this year. What about those teams' play styles make it so hard to score against them in the regular season?
Yeah, well, they're both very good teams. They both made the conference tournament. SEMO the last couple of weeks has been playing very good, so that's good. They had to fight their way to get into the tournament, so that's always dangerous. Eastern Illinois has had a good year, a solid year the whole season. They had some big wins. I think a week ago they just beat Tennessee Tech at home. Again, when I say at home, they're very good at home. So Eastern Illinois is a grass field. Again, it's a day trip, so it's always difficult too. A long grass field, so not the Bermuda fast stuff. It's the stuff that we shoot from outside the box. The goalie just catches it. So we had a hard time that game getting it past the goalie because we were settling for shots outside the box. And I think if we played them again at their place, we would adjust a little better and get the ball deeper in the box. But they're very good. They play a 4-4-2. They have some very dynamic players. Actually, one of her club teammates
Yeah.
is one of their forwards. Very good player. And
Yeah.
then I think, one of the best midfielders in the conference. She has like 10 goals or something.
Wow.
Very good player in their midfield. So they're well coached. Then SEMO, again, we played them on the road as well. SEMO has a tricky place to play. It is a smaller field. So in soccer, you get your maximum width and minimum width, and your field can be anywhere in between that. Their field is very narrow and short. So now that we do have very talented players, we like the bigger field because that allows more space for us to operate and just do our thing. And if it's tighter, the space is limited, and I think that's what got us there. But SEMO also, there's a big emotion. They have something against us that they think we're their rivals, so they get up for that game. It's kind of odd. It's a one-way rival. Maybe because we beat them 2 years ago. So,
So salty.
they're not listening. No. But yeah, so if we end up playing them, both teams are very good, and it's going to take a lot to beat them, both them. But if our team's going, I mean, I think we're 5-1-2 at home. We're a very good team at home. We thrive at home, so we're not worried about the next games. After that, it's just about Sunday. So,
Well, you mentioned the field sizes, and we get to play at home. We don't have to deal with that now.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about it. And you also just mentioned, you ripped it straight off my page, 5-1-2 at home this year versus 3-4-2 on the road. How important was it for you guys to secure this home field advantage heading into the postseason?
Oh, it's really important for a couple of reasons. One, you're playing at home, so you're comfortable. But two, for us, you get a bye. So that's huge. It's not only a rest on Thursday. They're going to be battling each other on Thursday and kicking each other and doing everything they can, emptying the tank to get to Sunday. But also, I look at it, too. Like, that'll be their third game in 8 days because they played Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, where we get that we do very good. I think we're 4-1 when we have 5 days of training. So I like that. I like that too. But it's a very big advantage getting that bye at home. But we also want to play in front of fans, and we want to promote this game and get everybody out. A Sunday, 5 o'clock. I mean, it's going to be electric under the lights. Come on out, because I know even some people go home for the weekend. They come on back early, come to the game. It's going to be so cool. And Anna's going to score a goal. I just know. She's got great goal celebration.
Yeah, we have them planned. We'll be ready.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm going to try, because we have our home bowling tournament this weekend, I'm going to try to get the guys together, see if we can get guys to come to the game.
It.
We got to do it.
We need
Why,
it.
why not?
It's a fun night
And
out.
we love it. We
Get
feed off
groups,
of
heckle, have fun.
it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
And from an athlete's perspective, what makes home games so much easier to play versus when you're on the road?
Just basically the environment. We talk like this school, the people that come to the games, like you can tell they're there. They're invested in what's going on. It was awesome. Sometimes we'll have the men's rugby team will come out. Just the men's soccer team will come support, and they'll yell at people on the field. It's awesome. And then family can come. So many people are from around the area, and even though I'm personally not, I've built a family here with some of the parents around the team. I get excited to see them.
Yeah.
So I love just having the people that are there, that are supporting us, that they're going to be there, win, lose, tie, supporting us throughout the whole thing. So we want to be able to play in front of them and show them what we got at home. So the environment's the main thing, but it's awesome either way.
Well, since this is student radio, and you guys did mention the rugby team, I'm going to prop it because I know Andrew wants us to mention it. He is our technical producer for the show.
Cool.
We have the first ever student-run rugby broadcast on this campus coming up Saturday night. Emily and I are producing the show, and she'll be dancing at halftime
I'll be
too.
dancing. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but I'll be producing it and then dancing at it, and
Busy day.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But I'll hold on the fort in the studio.
Yeah, you got it.
Now that is a tough sport. Okay,
Yes,
seriously.
Those guys are committed.
I'm not envious of them.
No.
Yep.
All right, one final question before we move into our trivia segment. The last time you guys made this conference tournament, the team was eliminated by Tennessee Tech in the semifinals. And this year, the Golden Eagles are looking just as dominant. What will you guys have to do differently to beat this team if you meet up in this tournament?
Well, one, I wouldn't say just as dominant because I think we're the best team. But our focus right now, I honestly we're not worried about them because they're on the other side of the bracket. We have to get all the way to the finals even to see them, and they have to get to the finals. So I'm not worried about them at all. I'm really focused. I know that's getting around the question, but like Sunday's it. And then if we are fortunate to win Sunday, it's all about Little Rock. And then after that Little Rock, if we are fortunate, then we'll start getting into that. But right now, we turned the page on all that today at our meeting, and it's all about now. Because if we start thinking about Tennessee Tech, then we will lose Sunday because these teams are good. So they are good, but we are good. And again, what I mentioned before, if we ever do play them again, they will see a different Lindenwood team. That was not us. That was half of the version of ourselves.
Well, we're all excited for it, so make sure, hey, be there on Sunday. You got to show up, support the team.
Got to win Sunday.
But now you guys are going to be competing against each other in the trivia section.
Yes.
This is fun. So Emily, I know it's technically says I'm supposed to say it. You wrote most of these. You prepared trivia for today.
Yes,
so
I
do you want to start us off?
I will start us off. All right. Like we say every week, it's a fun section. We're gonna. If you are listening at home and want to join in.
Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, see if you can beat the coach.
We can't score you, but you can score yourself here. Ready for this first question?
I'm ready.
Sure.
All right. When did NCAA women's soccer start? A. 1925. B. 1930. C. 1945. Or D. 1920.
I know the
What do
history
you
of your
mean?
sport.
No, I don't even know.
No,
What?
just in general.
I have no idea.
Just in general.
Oh.
When did it become an official NCAA sport?
Yeah.
All right, you guys both have your answers?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to question 2. When did the first official FIFA-sponsored Women's World Cup happen? Was it A, 1993, B, 1990, C, 1999, or D, 1995? And if you know math and you know what happens every 4 years, you can work your way back. But I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer that one, and then we're going to move on.
Can't give too much math time.
Oh, no. All
All right.
right. Ready for this third question here. When did women's soccer begin in the OVC? A, 1994.
You're supposed to give up already.
B, 2000. C, 1996. Or D, 1990.
These are some cruel questions.
I know.
this week.
I went digging. When I couldn't find any Lindenwood ones, I was like, OVC has to have something. So I hopped on their website.
Well, it also, like last week, we had the women's basketball coach on, and she named the exact
Yeah.
number of, I think, what was it, steals or blocks or something like that.
Yeah, it was Michaela's.
I think it was steals.
It was something
and
with
she
Michaela.
named it
yeah,
to the number
she named the
whenever
number
we asked.
exactly.
And we're like, well, if we do that for this again, the coach is just going to
Yeah.
know it
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then-
we'll know those stats.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're like, we got to keep it somewhat fair, make them a little bit different. All right, question number 4. Who won the first ever OVC Women's Soccer Championship in 1999? Is it A, Southeast Missouri, B, Eastern Kentucky, C, Eastern Illinois, or D, UT Martin? I'm also scared you can see my laptop a little bit. I hope you.
Oh, don't worry, I've
I know,
been
that's
thinking.
that's why I put mine on my lap. You never know what could happen.
I just can't afford to drop this thing. This is my entire classwork of everything ever, and I know you
Yeah.
design everything on yours.
Yeah, I
so.
designed a lot on mine.
All right, this last one is open. This is why it's not A, B, C, or
Yeah.
D.
Oh boy.
How many World Cups has the U.S. women's national team won? All right,
All
Emily,
right.
do you want to take us down the list and grade them?
Yeah, except you didn't write down number.
I got it. I
five.
got it. I know.
You got
I
that
know.
one.
Yep, I got you.
All right. All right. So the first question was, when did NCAA women's soccer start, just overall? It was either A, 1925, B, 1930, C, 1945, or D, 1920. The correct answer was B, 1930.
Yes.
Oh, that was darn it. Did not get that one. I think 1945.
So coach is up 1-0.
no, I'm kidding.
no.
I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get it? Oh, all right.
So we're both down.
Yep. 0-0 moving into the second question.
All right.
No, Emily, you got
Okay.
this. You take it.
When did the first official FIFA-sponsored Women's World Cup happen? Either A, 1993, B. 1990, C. 1999, or D. 1995? The correct answer was D.
Yes.
I got it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I definitely did.
That one I did a little quick math. I'm not gonna lie. I took
Oh,
her to
math.
it.
Yeah.
99, yeah.
I forget though. Have we had an athlete beat the coach yet?
No,
We have not.
we have not.
I think we've had a tie.
We've
Oh,
had a
boy.
tie. We've never.
Anna's got like a 4.0.
All
Well,
right.
Anna, you could be making
You could
Lions
be.
Den history.
Literally
Yeah.
all
today.
100s.
1-0 right now.
All right. The third question. When did women's soccer begin in the OVC? You had the option of A, 1994, B, 2000, C, 1996, or D, 1990. The correct answer was A, 1994.
Oh boy.
0 for 3.
We both put D on that one.
Now, you would think, though, with this next question,
Yeah, that's
that it would be the same
no.
number,
Fun fact.
but it's not.
It's not.
Emily, take it away.
All right. All right. Your fourth question was who won the first OVC championship in 1999? Yeah, it's when they had the first one. I don't know
Don't know what was
what
happening
what was
there.
happening there, but it was either A, Southeast Missouri, B, Eastern Kentucky, C, Eastern Illinois, or D, UT Martin. The correct answer was C, Eastern
Oh, no.
Illinois.
Let's go.
We are tied.
Oh, I should have known. I don't even. Was SEMO even Division 1 the whole time of
Yeah.
SEMO? Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because every time we throw one of these, we throw one of the former OVC teams in there just to throw
Yeah.
people off because they usually write them off, but they never realize they were in the OVC at one point.
Yes.
This conference has had a
This
lot of
final
teams rotate
question.
through it.
Changes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could be it.
So
Oh,
the last one
we'll see.
was how many World Cups has the U.S. women's national team won? It was an open question, and for that reason, it's 2 points. Now, I was hoping it'd come down to someone needing
Oh,
2
beautiful.
points,
Well,
but the correct answer to how many World Cups the U.S. women's national team has won is 4.
Oh, you got it!
Boom.
You were making me hopeful. I was like, wait, I don't know if it's 5.
Coach Musso with the comeback win.
Oh,
Coaches
boy.
stay undefeated on the Lions.
it's
Den.
not how you
There you
start the
go.
race, it's how you finish.
Exactly.
There you go.
You got me on that one.
Well, thank you guys
guess
so
I have to go
much.
again.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you,
coming on
guys.
the show tonight. You guys absolutely killed it. Amazing guests. Hopefully, we get to have you guys back on after we win an OVC championship.
Let's go.
That would
Oh,
be
yeah. Let's see.
one heck of a show. But thank you to Jack Gardner back in the station, board hopping for us tonight. Thank you for everybody associated with Lindenwood Athletics for making this happen. Thank you, Emily, for being here tonight. Thank you to Evans for existing. What an environment for student radio.
Thank you for free lunch Fridays.
We come in,
Yes.
they have events
Seriously.
happening. We're questioning whether or not we're going to be able to have a show every day, but
Yeah.
we get it done consistently,
Yep.
and it's a fun environment.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all from us. That's all for the Lions Den. You've been listening to The Tower. It's Lindenwood Student Radio.